McKettricks of Texas, Tate, by Linda Lael Miller, narrated by Jack Garrett.
Prologue. Silver Spur Ranch, Blue River, Texas. Spring thunder exploded overhead, fit to cleave the roof right down the middle and blow out every window on all 3 floors. Tate McKettrick swore under his breath, while rain pelted the venerable walls like machine gun fire. Like as not, the creek would be over the road by now, and he'd have to travel overland to get to town. He was running late. Again. And Cheryl, his ex-wife, would blister his ears with the usual accusations, for sure. He didn't give a damn, she'd say, about their delicate twin daughters, because he'd wanted boys, as rough and tumble as he and his brothers had been. That was her favorite dig. She'd never know, because he wasn't about to let on, how that particular remark never failed to sear a few layers off his heart. He would literally have died for Audrey and Ava. The twins were the only redeeming features of a marriage that should never have taken place in the first place. Since one good jab was never enough for Cheryl, she'd most likely go on to say that being late for their daughter's dance recital was his way of spiting her, their mother. He'd used his own children, she'd insist. He knew she hated it when he was late. Yada, yada, yada. Blah, blah, blah. Tate didn't have to use the twins to get under Cheryl's hide. He'd done that in spades after the divorce, by forcing her to live in Blue River so they could share custody. Audrey and Ava alternated between their mother's place in town and the ranch. A week there, a week here, with the occasional scheduling variation. As soon as he picked them up on the prescribed days, Cheryl was off to some hot spot to hobnob with her fancy friends and all but melt her credit cards. Tight-jawed with resignation, Tate plunked down on the edge of his bed and reached for the boots he'd polished before shedding his rain-soaked range clothes to take a hasty shower. Clad in stiff new jeans and the requisite long-sleeved white western shirt, the cowboy version of a tux, he listened with half an ear to the rodeo announcer's voice, a laconic drone spilling from the speakers of the big flat-screen TV mounted on the wall above the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?